Hello student, welcome to the digital signal processing. Today we are going to discuss the first method for designing the IR filter. The method is named as approximation of derivatives. So let me write it. This is what the first method, approximation of derivatives. So for this first method, as it is mentioned that it is the approximation for the derivatives. So to consider the derivative in the mind, let's proceed for the simple circuit where the derivative comes in the picture. So we can go with the simple analog differentiator circuit. So why it is preferred? Only because of this, it is approximation of derivatives. So let's proceed with the differentiator. If it is the differentiator, let's say the analog one, then its transfer function will be nothing but HE of S. So the function of analog differentiator is to take the derivative of analog input, let's say it is nothing but x of t, and to get the output, that is nothing but, let's say, y of t. So if I want to write down the y of t with respect to the x of t input, then it can be written like d by dt of x of t. So this is what the expression for the given input x of t. Now if we want to plot, let's say, some of the output with respect to the input, it can be plotted like, let's say this is what y axis, this is what x axis. If I say this is x of t and this is nothing but simply the time. Now with respect to time, if we go for plotting it, it will be quite simpler. Let's say approximately this is what the nature of the graph. So if this is what the point, let's say x of nt minus t, and this is the point where I can say it is x of nt. So this time duration between these 2 points, obviously it is nothing but the time duration capital T. So this is simply assumed value. So this is, let's say, t1, this is t2. So t1 is the time, actually it is nothing but nt minus t, and t2 is nothing but simply nt. So that is why at this specific instant, this is x of nt and this is nothing but x of nt minus t. So when we want to discuss the same things in terms of the equation, this can be represented like the output of the differentiator for the given input can be written like y of nt is equal to x of nt minus x of nt minus t divided by t. Now let's have the simple assumption that the t is equal to 1. So this will become y of n is equal to x of n minus x of n minus 1 divided by t. So at the numerator only we will make the change and let it be at the denominator side. But now, since we are going for the digital filter design, we are in a interest to design h of z. So for h of z, that is nothing but the transfer function for the digital filter, it is nothing but y of z by x of z. But to get this y of z and x of z, it is nothing but the z transform for y of n and x of n respectively. So let's take the z transform for this y of n. It is nothing but y of z is equal to x of z. Apply the time shifting property for this x of n minus 1. So this will become minus z inverse x of z by t. Now let's take the x of z common. So y of z will be equal to x of z into 1 minus z inverse by t. This is where by readjusting the term it will become y of z by x of z, which is equal to h of z. So let me write it here, and this other term is nothing but 1 minus z inverse by t. So this is how we calculated here the transfer function of the digital filter. Now let's deal up with the transfer function of analog filter, that is y of t. This is y of t. Let me write it, y of t is equal to d by dt of x of t. If we say this is what the equation number 1. Now for this one, let's take the Laplace transform on both sides. So it will become y of s is equal to s times x of s. Try to recall the terms related to the Laplace transform. Now this is how this particular equation will guide us, that if I divide, let's say, x of s to this y of s by rearranging the term, it will give me simply the value of s. Now this is, let me call the equation number 2. Now by comparing equation 1 and equation 2, these two equations, it can be easily said that here s is equal to 1 minus z inverse by t. This is what the simple replacement. It means that if someone want to convert the analog filter into the digital filter domain, then he just need to replace s by this 1 minus z inverse by capital T by using the approximation of derivative. So this is how this particular method will tell us that we need to use this particular replacement. Now how exactly this mapping will be done from s plane to z plane? For that one, we will just simplify this equation in order to check how the s plane will be mapped on the z plane. So for that, let's proceed to discuss it. So by rearranging the term, it will become s is equal to, so it will be s is equal to z minus 1 by zt. So this is simply the readjustment of this particular equation. Now this is further simply solved, like this is sz is equal to z minus 1. So this can be written as a minus sz plus 1 plus z is equal to 1. Now further readjustment for this to write the term of z. So it will become z will be constant over here. So it is z into 1 minus st is equal to 1. So it can be written as a z is equal to 1 upon 1 minus st. Now as we know, s is the Laplace operator and it is expressed as s is equal to sigma plus j ohm. This is what simply the s value of s. Now when we replace this value of s, let's say in equation number 3, it will become, let me write it here, that this particular equation which we started, that is z is equal to 1 upon 1 minus st. This is what the equation we started. So s will be replaced over here, that is 1 upon 1 minus, let's say it is sigma plus j ohm t. Now by readjusting it, 1 minus sigma t minus j ohm t. This is what the thing. Now let's multiply to the numerator as well as to the denominator by the complex conjugate. So it will be 1 minus sigma t plus j ohm t. Similarly 1 minus sigma t plus j ohm t. This is how the multiplication will be done. After this multiplication, Let's simplify this. So the numerator will be quite obvious that it is this term by multiplying this 1 with this term, and the denominator will be nothing but the a minus b. So here this is nothing but a and this is nothing but the b. So a square minus b square, that will be the value. So this will be 1 minus sigma t square plus ohm t square. Now this can be readjusted further, like 1 minus sigma t. Let's separate out the real and imaginary part. So this will become 1 minus sigma t square plus ohm t square plus, now the term will be simply here multiplied, plus j times ohm t by this again 1 minus sigma t square plus ohm t square. Now we can just proceed from this particular equation just by putting, let's say, sigma equal to 0 to check out what exactly the effect on the z. So z will be equal to, once we put sigma equal to 0, so it will be 1 upon 1 plus ohm t square plus j times ohm t, 1 plus ohm t square. So this is what the ultimate equation for the z. Now this particular equation indicates that as we range this ohm from minus infinity to plus infinity, we can easily obtain that the corresponding locus of points in the z plane is nothing but a circle of radius 1 by 2. Now how to map this entire section? So for this mapping, we can say, let's say this is nothing but the real part of z and this is the imaginary part of z, and let's say this secondary part, this is nothing but the sigma and this is j ohm. Now when we say that this is nothing but the satisfaction of this equation which we just derived over here. Now for this particular equation, if it really satisfies, now I need to draw here the circle of radius 1 by 2. So obviously this is what the circle with radius 1 by 2. This outer circle is circle of radius 1, so it is unit circle. This is the circle with radius 1 by 2. So for any value of sigma less than, we can say, 0, means this negative value, it is actually correlated to the circle with radius 1 by 2. Now this is where we can simply draw some of the conclusions for this approximation of derivatives concept. Like the left hand side of S plane is mapped onto the points inside the circle in Z plane having radius 1 by 2 and which is centered at 1 by 2. Similarly, right hand side of S plane is mapped onto the points outside the circle, means this particular region, right side, it is mapped outside the circle in Z plane, and the stable analog filter is converted into the stable digital filter. So this is how actually we need to think for approximation of derivatives, but there is a one simple limitation for this approximation of derivative, that this particular method is only suitable for low pass as well as the band pass IR digital filter design. For rest of the cases it is not that much efficient, and this is to be applied with the relatively small frequencies only. So that is all about the approximation of derivatives. So thank you everyone, thank you very much.